Life insurers put life into the things you live for. The new factory that's hiring your neighbors. Maintenance on the bridge that keeps traffic flowing. The paycheck that puts pizza night on the table. Life insurers contribute $8 trillion to the U.S. economy through bond purchases and other investments, and protect the financial security of 90 million American families, like yours. See how life insurers put life into America at acli.com. Paid for by the American Council of Life Insurers.
With McValue at McDonald's, you don't just get deals on the drinks. You get deals on McDonald's drinks. So when you're breaking a sweat, embrace the chill without breaking the bank. And when your crew is running on empty, keep your wallet full while refreshing the squad.
Grab a cold drink at a hot price, like a refreshing Coke Zero or sweet tea in any size for only $1.49. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
All right, quick break. Knock, knock. Who's there? Amazon Music. Amazon Music who? Amazon Music, where Prime members can listen to top comedy podcasts ad-free. No awkward interruptions, just nonstop laughs from your favorite shows. It's free, it's funny, and hey, it's better than my knock knock jokes. Download the Amazon Music app and let the good times roll. Or go to amazon.com/ad-free comedy. That's amazon.com/ad-free comedy to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
I'm Margot Robbie, and I play Barbie.
And I'm Ryan Gosling, and I play Ken.
Max is now the exclusive streaming home of Barbie.
So cool.
And the Max with Ads plan is included with your Cricket $60 unlimited plan at no additional cost. Log in with your Cricket username and password to experience Max on all your favorite devices.
This is the best day ever.
It is the best day ever.
Don't miss Barbie, now streaming on Max. Phone plan streams in standard definition. Programming subject to change. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
I'm Margot Robbie, and I play Barbie.
And I'm Ryan Gosling, and I play Ken.
Max is now the exclusive streaming home of Barbie.
So cool.
And the Max with Ads plan is included with your Cricket $60 unlimited plan at no additional cost. Log in with your Cricket username and password to experience Max on all your favorite devices.
This is the best day ever.
It is the best day ever.
Don't miss Barbie, now streaming on Max. Phone plan streams in standard definition. Programming subject to change. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Did you know that Game Pass or Pass is brought to you for free because of Spotify for podcasters? It's a totally free platform, and you can make a podcast today for free. Spotify for podcasters lets you record and edit podcasts right from your phone or computer. So no matter what your setup is like, you can start creating today. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and everywhere else that podcasts are heard. And if you're thinking about taking your podcast to the next level with a video podcast, Spotify can help you too. With Spotify for podcasters, you can also earn money in a variety of ways that includes ads and podcast subscriptions. So what are you waiting for? Download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to spotify.com/podcast to get started right now. Now time for a very...
Hey, buddy. That's Buddy the Cat.
We're going to talk about Redfall. Let's do this. I'm Corey. I'm joined by the man with the cat, Buddy. Basher.
The coolest cat ever, right, buddy?
Skip the intro. At this point, you probably know what it is. We're here to talk about Redfall, and guess what? It sucks. But it sucks so hard that we got to talk about it. This is Game Pass or Pass, the podcast where we play games on Microsoft's Game Pass service, tell you which games to pass with your friends, and to not play Redfall. But before that, did you know?
I have to stop listening at this point. I want to say.
Did you know that you can tell us how much you hate Redfall by shooting us a text message 574-651-9256 like John did. John asked the question. Xbox is allowing a bunch of old gamer tags to be back up for grabs. Do you guys remember using your old one still, or did you have to make a new account for the current gaming era? Did my voice just crack, or is it me? Any fun
your voice
stories?
definitely cracked.
Any fun stories about your nicknames / handles? When did this happen? So this happened on May 10th. New Xbox controller firmware, hot diggity dog. You can sort what? Controller to disconnect games and using a headphone. Oh, so there's a lot of bugs they apparently fixed. It's so wild to me that the controllers now have firmware. Am I crazy, or is that crazy?
What are they fixing exactly? Because I don't know what the firmware is updating.
There was a bug that fixed controllers that disconnected in games using headphones with 4K, 120 Hz, and VRR enabled. You can update your controller wirelessly or with a USB connection. So, like, I use all of those things, and I never had a problem.
They're just making things up. I don't like. It's just a controller, man. Like I don't worry too much about it.
We've updated and fixed an unexpected slow battery drain to controllers with internal batteries like the Elite Series 2.
Not with the firmware you did it. No, you didn't.
Xbox adaptive controllers on the Xbox recharge. That's strange to me.
You didn't fix it with an update. Stop it.
My gamer tag was originally Nakana 4400, and I'm going to tell you why it was Nakana 4400.
What a
that's
stupid gamer tag.
Because I liked the show, the 4400, and I originally picked my gamer tag because I was playing Xbox, the original Xbox, playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, and I had to make a name, and I was like, I'm just going to put Anakin backwards. And that is how
stupid gamer tag.
It gets better though. I eventually paid the $10 to change my gamer tag to Darth Nakana, and I did that A because I was tired of having the numbers, and B that way I could tell people I went to the dark side.
What an absolute child.
Hey, I went to the dark side. You didn't. Don't be jealous.
I don't watch Star Wars. I'm better than that. So how old were you when you made your gamer tag? Do you remember?
So I got a 360 when Oblivion came out. So it would have been 06.
Oh, your first gamer tag was on a 360.
So yeah, I never actually took my original Xbox online.
Okay. All right, so my first gamer tag was on the OG Xbox. It came in and I remember getting the 1 month free trial that came with every game back in the day. And I was accustomed to playing online now and then, like with small titles on like on PC, but not with the system, not with the console. So when they offered it, I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, you just go online and you put this thing in and you do the thing. I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot. And I ended up playing Crimson Skies single player for way too long. Love that game. And then I'm like, no, let me pop this code in and see what happens. And that's why I created my first gamer tag. I don't remember what I wanted it to be originally. I just remember it was taken. And when something's taken back in the day, they just offer you or like a bunch of pre-generated stuff. And I just picked the first thing because I really did not think I was going to be playing Crimson Skies online for more than a day or two. Like, it just wasn't in my my purview. But then I ended up being on Xbox for the rest of my life. Looks like so I went from Steeled Basher, my original Xbox, and then after that ran out, I had to instead of just renewing that with the same gamer tag, I switched it to Platinum Basher because I became a better gamer in my mind So I had to up the steel to platinum. And then that was running out. And I thought, you know what? Let me switch it up again because I'm even a greater gamer now. And now I'm Titanium Basher.
So what's the next upgrade? What's better than Titanium?
I have been thinking about this for 20 odd years. I have not come up with anything yet, but
like adamantium, basher.
That was the thought process. It was on the table, but it's kind of long and people already can't read my name apparently. So with that said, John telling me about this this new thing that Xbox has done, I might go to just the Basher. Because Basher was taken at one point.
So that's the craziest part to me. And not that I'm super original, but Nikana was taken. So somebody had the same idea to spell just Anakin backwards nuts. And go with it.
Absolutely nuts.
Yeah, but at the same time, so there are websites that like gamertag checkers. I don't know how these are what's the word? The word I want to say updated.
Active?
Yeah, I don't know if these are live and updated, but we're gonna type in Basher here. And oh my god, I have a Are You Robot thing. This is great.
Are you
great dead air right here? Okay, dude, I've answered them all right. Thank you. Basher is not available according to gamertag.net/check.
Who is this guy? He does not play games. I remember checking this out years ago. He stopped playing games a long time ago. Before 360 almost, or during 360, he stopped playing, but he still has my gamer tag. He's not even using it. I feel like it's unfair. Microsoft might give me my gamer tag.
My whole thing is I added Nikana. I was like, who are you? I want to meet this person who had this stupid idea that I did.
You went that route.
And but they never added me back. And if you look it up, they've never played Xbox One, and I don't think they played 360. I think it was just an OG Xbox. I wonder if I did it on accident. Maybe I registered Nikana and didn't even know it. What if I'm my own worst enemy?
My headcanon is it's just a different version of yourself.
It's the multiverse.
Yes.
This is a far better conversation than the one we're about to have. Do I even need to go over the details of Redfall?
You sure do. You should show some respect. This is from Arcane Studios, the Arcane Studios.
Here we go. Redfall. It is available. Nope. That's not Redfall. That is not Redfall. Developed by Arcane Austin. Regular price at $69.99. This is the first $70 retail game from the Xbox Studios. Available on Xbox Series X and S and PC. There is no crossplay? No, that can't be right. No, there is crossplay. Okay, so my notes are just wrong. Cloud saves yes, and there is no DLC. There is an add-on package that gives you outfits and stuff, but there are it's all cosmetic stuff. I suppose they're adding more stuff to the game, but that is an additional $30 or something crazy like that.
I'm still confused. Is it just me? The whole cosmetic thing in first-person games?
No, that's how I felt with Sea of Thieves. I was just like, what are we doing? Halo's the same thing. Redfall is an open world open world single player and co-op FPS from Arcane Austin, the award-winning team behind Prey and Dishonored. Continuing Arcane's legacy of carefully crafted worlds and immersive sims, Redfall brings the studio's signature gameplay to the story-driven action shooter. Play on Game Pass to receive the Vampire Hunt. I'm not going to read all that. Uncover the truth.
You read it.
Take back Redfall. The island town of Redfall, Massachusetts is under siege by a legion of vampires.
Hey, shout out Massachusetts, y'all.
Who have blocked out the sun and cut the citizens off from the outside world. Explore the open world and immerse yourself in a deep story campaign as you unravel the mystery behind the vampire's appearance. Ally with a handful of survivors against the creatures threatening to bleed the town dry. Redfall. Let's talk about it.
This was the second game in the span of a couple of weeks that I downloaded it, installed it, and my first half an hour to 40 minutes was spent adjusting the controls. This is one of the worst controlling games I've ever played in my entire life. Like, and I mean that sincerely. I'm not trying to just be the jump on the hate Redfall bandwagon. It is one of the worst feeling shooters I've ever played, and I say that because we're in the year 2023. Like, I should not have to feel bad, floaty gunplay ever again, but here we are.
Yeah, I'm with you. I tried this on console first. Nope, absolutely not. Game feels like trash on a controller. I don't know how that happens, but
and it's not even like completely optimized for the console because or anything from right here, but because the menus are clearly still using the mouse inputs.
Yeah, it's the stupid Destiny thing of dragging a cursor around, like. Because that's what you want to do, right?
But I have a controller in my hand, guys.
I just noped out on console. Unfortunately, you don't have that option right now. So that was my solution. Was I will just play this on PC instead. It ain't much better there. I'll tell you that. Like, control wise, like, yes, it feels more how you think it should. But it still doesn't feel good to play. Again, I debated whether we should talk about this game or not. And it's hard sometimes doing this show because when you bounce off of something, you kind of have to keep playing it, you know, to be like, okay, like, why am I bouncing off this kind of thing? It is no secret Redfall sucks. But it is such an egregious suck that I feel like we had to talk about it. And we're not going to say anything like new or revolutionary about Redfall, but it is just such a baffling release in gaming that when your PC version doesn't feel good to play a first-person shooter, what are we doing?
Dude, what happened? That's what I want to know. What happened? Like this game is just way too disgusting for them to release. Like, something happened here.
It wasn't canceled. That's what happened. Like, that's the only. This game should have been canceled, and it's not just because it's not optimized. The game is not fun. There is nothing about this game that is fun. It isn't fun to play. It isn't fun to play around in. It's not fun to control. The AI is genuinely some of the worst I have ever seen.
No, the worst for me.
Like,
we played on hard mode, and the enemies can't get around boxes.
Yeah, and like the vampires, they just kind of like mindlessly float around.
Yeah,
like literally,
they don't see you until you're up their butt.
It's baffling. We have stuff that like Scalebound that was canceled. We have stuff that like what the heck was the name of that game? The card battle that was on original Xbox that they brought back.
Biting Kairos. That's not it.
No,
I wish it was.
Oh, it's gonna drive me crazy. They were gonna reboot it, but then they didn't. Phantom Dust.
Yeah.
Is that right? Does that sound right?
No, that wasn't it. Was that it with the card battling?
Yeah. So it's like out of everything. Out of this entire Microsoft saga of the past 3 or 4 years, which we're going to talk about in our next episode, it's baffling like that this even got released. And it's super strange because I cannot find a redeeming quality in this game.
Not a single one. I can't find a redeeming idea.
Yeah, and that's from an idea standpoint. What were they going for?
I think you're completely right. I think this game is, as we all know, it's just completely unfinished. I mean, as you walk through
it's finished though. Like, I think this is the game that they wanted to make, but I don't know why.
Okay, like for example, like when you walk through the environment outside Redfall. By the way, this is like the second game in Massachusetts that sucked, which is guys make better Massachusetts games. as you walk through, like, I noticed there are vehicles, and when you get close to the vehicles, they glow. And in any other game, that means okay, I'm next to a vehicle, it's starting to glow, starting to highlight a different color. I press the action button to get in this vehicle. No, you don't. None of the vehicles work.
Yeah.
But they highlight like it's supposed to work. I feel like at some point in the development of this game, you're supposed to be able to drive around, and they just said no, never mind, so scrap it. But they didn't take out the notifier saying that you can.
Right. Like almost like a UI. They forgot to pull that out of the UI.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's just a ton of that just in the game, as if they just forgot. Not even like they ran out of time. Like, oh, that's in the game, we forgot.
But that comes back to the question of, did they forget or did they give up? Like that's truly how this feels to me, is like they just gave up. Like at some point, I don't want to sit here and talk like making games is easy. I've never made a game. I know it's extremely difficult. I've talked to developers. Gaming is a miracle that happens because games don't come together until the final stretch. But you got to have design docs, and I can't see the matrix in this one. I can't see the code of just like, what were you going for? Like it truly is a game to where I cannot see what the ambition and what the ideas were. Like, we don't like Halo Infinite. A lot of people liked Halo Infinite. I can see why they like Halo Infinite.
Not a lot of people, but as you were saying,
I can't see what they wanted Redfall to be. Genuinely. And that's super concerning to me. And so how is this game released?
Like in this condition, I mean, because the AI is completely broken.
But is it broken, or did they just give up? Like, I know those probably sound similar, but it's just, it's weird. It's super strange that this game exists in the condition that it is. And so, Phil Spencer is out there talking like, well, we're going to improve the game. And I'm just like, I don't want you to.
Shut up. Shut up. Like, I'm sick and tired of hearing this man say, we can do better. We will do better. And we're like, again, we'll get into it more in depth, but it becomes an issue when you have that friend who's constantly apologizing.
Right.
And it's like, bro, like, this just isn't working anymore. Like, just like, you're just a bad person. And, like my mother used to say, like, don't be sorry, be careful. Microsoft is just not careful at all with their IPs. Like they're in bad shape, just bad shape. And it's still like, no, we can still release this. Halo Infinite was going to release a whole year or two earlier than it did.
It was a year, yeah.
What was that? Was that game in this condition?
That's what I'm saying. So this game was supposed to release last summer. So like, what was the game then? And that's the truly confusing part of with Halo. I feel like that year was probably done for polish, and it was probably done to make it more fun. Like, I could see a version of that game that it doesn't have some of the Halo parts of it, a little bit more strategic. They brought in Joseph Staten, and that makes sense because he's made Halo games. But Redfall, we don't have anything to look at. Maybe, I guess you could look at like a Destiny or, something that has this sort of co-op shooter, like kind of jump in, jump out, even though that doesn't really work, kind of thing. So it's like, okay, let's look upon Dishonored and let's look upon Prey. Don't really like either of those games. I'll be fully, I understand why people like them, not for me kind of thing. So I never really was going into Redfall like, I'm going to love this game, but it was different. It was them kind of making a more mainstream approach. And we could have that argument whether that's a bad or a good idea. However, this, like you said, is baffling. It's baffling how unfun and unrealized this game is. I cannot think. We've had some broken games before. This isn't a Cyberpunk situation.
Right.
Like Cyberpunk, They had a PC version that was really hard to run, but you could see the throughput line of what they were going for and why they didn't get there fully.
Yeah,
I don't see that here.
Yeah, but Cyberpunk, you could definitely see they had so much on the board that they just that the producers screwed them over.
Right.
Them being the devs, saying they did not give them nearly enough time to do everything on that board. But you can see there's something on that board that they wanted to do.
I don't get it here. The skill trees are uninventive. The weapon system is like the most basic loot system I've ever seen. Like,
even the characters don't make sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I don't care about the story and I skipped a bunch of stuff, but do we have superpowers or not?
Yes.
And if we do, why? And if we do, why do we have superpowers? And why do only some people have superpowers? Because if you I pick the for the lulz, the student in debt, book the checks or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, so, like, they just were cute with her thing. Her power is to throw a robot out, and the robot gathers the attention of enemies, and all enemies shoot the robot instead of you. And as I play this game with that character, I'm at a constant state of confusion as to why that works. Like, why, if I throw out a little dog robot, do people no longer pay attention to me shooting them in the face?
Yeah, and I picked the dude with the electric javelin or whatever. And that makes a little bit more sense to why, like, that's his power, because it's, you know, it's a special item, you know, it's a special weapon. But it didn't really do much. Like, I hit him with it, and I was like, okay, now what? And it's like, and as you kind of go through the skill tree, like, it gets a little bit stronger, but like, not really. Like, there wasn't any point for me to use it other than it's my ability. You know, I don't.
We touched on Diablo in the last episode, or maybe the first episode, depending on how you released this. But a game like Diablo, you could open up the skill tree and see where your character's going and get excited.
Right. Yeah. There's a throughput that you can see of just like, okay, like, this is the build that I'm going to go for, and
or you can see a skill that's like, oh, wow, this is going to change the game completely for me. Where, like, you look at the skill tree in Redfall, and it's hold more ammo, shoot faster bullets, your special cooldown is lowered.
Right. And it tries to make the game suck less. That's right. And that's the skill tree. I was like, how about if this just didn't suck so much? And I'm just like, oh, I guess
I can't
it could
even
be worse,
see,
I guess.
I can't even see, like, I truly don't see the vision.
Right. And
like, there's nothing here.
Yeah. And I think it's actually being undersold how bad this game is. Like, this game's averaging like a 5 and 6. I'm like, no, this is worse.
That can't though.
Yeah,
no,
like, this is a solid 3. This is a solid 4. You know, like, it's functional barely, but it's
like a post-alpha build.
Right, but it's not even that. Like, this should
not
have
even
not
a
made
beta
it past post-alpha. There is nothing here. There is nothing redeeming here.
I'm genuinely in confusion. I don't know what the like a Destiny is like. You're supposed to, like, okay, like you it's the raids at the end, and then up to that point you have this narrative that it was honestly compelling at one point. There's no compelling narrative in Redfall, and then, like,
it's also told through non-cutscenes in a $70 game. Like,
what's that about?
Like, you could maybe make the argument that's an artistic thing.
What is that about?
But no, like, we can have the argument like, well, just because you're charging $70 doesn't mean the production value needs to go up because games haven't gone up, blah, 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 blah. However, it is not okay that in 2023 you're doing non-cutscenes in a full price title. There's certain things to expect when you throw down $70. One of them is that production values are higher than a $30 game. I've seen cheaper games with better production values. We don't even have to talk about performance and how it looks and how it's ugly and like all that's, but there's shortcuts were taken, and it is glaringly obvious where the shortcuts were taken. But you took shortcuts on a game that already shouldn't exist. So like, yeah, it is baffling. It is truly baffling that this product exists and it got released. How does that happen? Like,
I mean, dude,
is No Man's Sky like the only other game that like No Man's Sky basically was a lie? This isn't even a lie at this point. Like, this might be the worst thought out video game I've ever played. Genuinely.
I don't know if I could disagree with that. Because again, if there's one point we can hammer home here is the game lacks any vision whatsoever. I don't know what the purpose of the game existing is. It's just a hodgepodge thing of random abilities and ideas. Like, do you like? What's the like? Is there a major Dracula that is doing things you have to stop, or like? None of it makes any sense. Like, it doesn't. It's not necessary.
So yeah, I'm gonna read this again. Okay. Redfall is an open-world, single-player, and co-op FPS from Arcane Austin, the award-winning team behind Prey and Dishonored, continuing Arcane's legacy of carefully crafted world and immersive sims. Redfall brings the studio's signature gameplay to the story-driven action shooter. That is a lie. That is the biggest lie I've ever seen. You're not continuing Arkane's legacy of anything. Absolutely anything. There's nothing carefully crafted. There's nothing immersive about this in any capacity. Their signature gameplay is not here at all. Like, they should be ashamed. I don't like good riddance. Like, just good riddance. This is a dumpster fire, and it deserves more hate. Like, I say that I don't want to ever dog on a developer, but this is a fundamental flaw of sometimes of corporation. It's just, this should not exist at all. And the fact that they said that they expected this game to review higher too is just like,
what is he talking about?
I don't
see for him to say, and here's the thing, I don't think he's a liar.
I don't either. No,
I think he honestly believed that, and that's where, and I said this before, like, Microsoft sucks at making games. They always have. Like, and the issue, like, an issue to me is becoming more and more apparent. Like, when Sony does that thing of, hey, studio, here's $100 million, go make something, we'll check back on you in a couple of months. I feel like Sony actually checks back at some point. Whereas Microsoft, I feel like, is doing so many other things, or so focused on other things. Maybe they just care more about Game Pass as a service in general, where they just throw it on there and it'll do its thing. Or add to the total number of things that we have on Game Pass.
Right.
Or maybe like they're not, or maybe there's not. Maybe the top guy is not talking to the next top guy enough to where that next top guy is saying, yeah, it's looking just fine, when it's really not, Because this should have been addressed so much earlier on.
Right, and it's like it almost feels like this game had to come out because Microsoft bought Bethesda and they talked about it. Like, Microsoft bought Bethesda and they needed something other than Starfield to be like, this is why we bought this studio.
See?
This is why we bought this publisher. And it's like, what do you have that we can show? Doom had just shipped, so it's not doing anything. Arcane hadn't really had much going on, and then you had Tango that was doing Hi-Fi Rush, which I didn't want to talk about. You knew Bethesda GameWorks was working on Starfield, so it's like, what else? What other studios do you have, and what do you have? And it's like, okay, well, I think we're prototyping this game, and this is the idea, and like, okay, we're gonna run with that, like, and it's like, okay, like that original trailer that you talked about, like, yeah, that's still here, but that was clearly a concept trailer. And it's like, well, we talked about this and we kind of made a big deal about it, so we have to release it. But that can't be right. That can't be the answer, right? Like, but I don't see any other way, because nobody makes software this way. Like, nobody make, like, the process of making this game is not how people make games. So, you know, this, like you said, of A not talking to B, again, this isn't a Cyberpunk situation to where they knew those console versions were screwed. They totally did.
Right.
The same way that, what's the name? The people that just did Star Wars, EA and Respawn. Respawn knew that the performance of that game was not up to snuff, because they released information the day the game released, being like, we're still working on optimization. And it's like, okay, like, don't release the game then. However, that's a polish thing. Same thing with Cyberpunk, is that's a polish thing. Like, they needed more time for polish and they didn't get it. That's different than this. Like, I see reviews of this game saying, like, maybe it'll get better. Like, it's really boring.
There's
now.
nothing
like,
here to get better.
That's the part that I just think that people are missing. It's like, well, yeah, it's got bugs. I'm like, yeah, we're way past bugs. You're way past bugs. It's just like, the bugs, you could fix the bugs. It's still a turd. Like, I you know, that's the best way I can describe it. And it's, again, we're not saying anything new.
It is
in terms of, like, people like dogging on this game, but it's like, I hear people like, well, it's always online, it's stupid. I'm like, again, that is farthest from the issue of Redfall. like I'm not saying you can't play the game and have some fun with it. What I'm saying is that as a product and as a game, there is nothing here. Yeah,
I've never played a more aimless game in my life.
Yeah,
from a AAA studio, no less.
Right. It's, and again, from the innovators, or what was the term that they use? Let me go back to it. Continuing Arcane's legacy of carefully crafted worlds and immersive sims.
Someone someone lied their way up the ladder to get this released.
Was it that, or was it simply that Microsoft was like, we got to release this? Like, we have to.
But why?
But you can't. You should have canceled it. But again, like we just said, delaying the game wouldn't have made a difference. The game sucks.
There's no game here.
Right. So if you delay it a year, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it came out and it ran at 60 frames per second. It doesn't matter that, you know, hey, this is a super optimized version. It doesn't matter. Maybe the game's a 5 then. Maybe. But so there's no way that they didn't know that the game was buggy, and it performed like crap. So you have to take that into account and say, okay, so if we delay this game again, is that worth the PR hit? It's like, well, probably. However, the game sucks. So, like, I don't understand how you release this game in this state. Like, I don't agree with them releasing Cyberpunk in the state they did in Star Wars. I'm an idiot because I bought both. I'm that idiot that did that. However, I understand why they made that decision, because there's things that, like, advertising and windows, and, like, there's only so many times you want to release a game, because there's other products in the market. You have to be cognizant of that. That sucks, and it shouldn't be that way, but that's how it is. So that's why they released Cyberpunk and why they released Star Wars when they did. I understand it. I don't agree with it. I don't understand anything about this one. Like, delaying this game wouldn't have made a difference. And so the only thing that comes to mind is, like, they knew this, but why they decided to push it out, I cannot come to any cognitive reason other than we made a big deal about this, so we have to release it.
I don't think they understand how bad it makes them look.
Yeah, I don't either. But maybe they do, because Phil Spencer talked about it. But we'll talk all about more of that next thing. So we've ranted here a little bit. Again, this is not our traditional format of us just ranting, but this truly could be an inflection point. And that might sound hyperbolic, and I agree that people, you know, blow things way out of proportion. But this could be an inflection point for negative or positive for Xbox in general. So I feel like we had to talk about it. Do not play this game unless you want to see, you know, unless you're curious of just like is this thing, yeah, it's that bad. It really is.
It's not even fun bad though.
Right, exactly right. It's not even like I want to watch this train for. It's just like you're just like, wow, like this is what they went with, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't play this game. Or do play this game. Whatever. 103 gigs. You really want to waste the bandwidth?
Oh my god, like no. How is it that big? There's nothing in it. Like,
yeah. All right, that's gonna do it for this episode of Game Pass or Pass. We'll see you next time. We're gonna be doing our state of play. Wow, we are not a Sony show. State of Game Pass. So Microsoft has announced that their summer showcase will be happening on June 14th, I think. We're gonna talk about that, what we expect, what we want to see, what we hope will happen, and what we think will happen. Just how we're feeling about Game Pass in general. So. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of Game Pass or Pass. We'll see you next time with... I probably shouldn't have said that because maybe... We'll see you next time. How about that?
Yeah, how about that? Good day, sirs.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
I'm Margot Robbie, and I play Barbie.
And I'm Ryan Gosling, and I play Ken.
Max is now the exclusive streaming home of Barbie.
So cool.
And the Max with Ads plan is included with your Cricket $60 unlimited plan at no additional cost. Log in with your Cricket username and password to experience Max on all your favorite devices.
This is the best day ever.
It is the best day ever.
Don't miss Barbie, now streaming on Max. Phone plan streams in standard definition. Programming subject to change. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
I'm Margot Robbie, and I play Barbie.
And I'm Ryan Gosling, and I play Ken.
Max is now the exclusive streaming home of Barbie.
So cool.
And the Max with Ads plan is included with your Cricket $60 unlimited plan at no additional cost. Log in with your Cricket username and password to experience Max on all your favorite devices.
This is the best day ever.
It is the best day ever.
Don't miss Barbie, now streaming on Max. Phone plan streams in standard definition. Programming subject to change. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Life insurers put life into the things you live for. The new factory that's hiring your neighbors. Maintenance on the bridge that keeps traffic flowing. The paycheck that puts pizza night on the table. Life insurers contribute $8 trillion to the U.S. economy through bond purchases and other investments, and protect the financial security of 90 million American families, like yours. See how life insurers put life into America at acli.com. Paid for by the American Council of Life Insurers.
With McValue at McDonald's, you don't just get deals on the drinks. You get deals on McDonald's drinks. So when you're breaking a sweat, embrace the chill without breaking the bank. And when your crew is running on empty, keep your wallet full while refreshing the squad.
Grab a cold drink at a hot price, like a refreshing Coke Zero or sweet tea in any size for only $1.49. Price and participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.